this is the highest round on every single zombie map without perks. Everyone in this video will be credited in the description below, so make sure to go and check them out. On our first spot on this list, it is going to be Farouk with the world record of round 85, and this was achieved by Annie. You can see here that he's using the flamethrower, and he also has the ray gun as well, and he's using that in a combination with that and the traps. But with a bit of bad luck, he gets caught by these zombies here and then downs. A very nice run though. Next up we have Shinonuma with the world record of 1,595, and this is by Chef Legit. And what's interesting about this run is he doesn't go down to zombies, he actually goes down on a dog round, which you wouldn't really expect, but he gets caught in that little corner there, and yeah, there's not really much you can do. A really impressive run regardless. Next up we have Darice with the world record of 91, and this is done by Tails Can Fly. What you'll find for the most part, obviously he'll be training around, using traps, getting points with wall guns, but then unfortunately gets trapped here by the zombies and goes down. Next up we have the best COD zombie map of all time, Toten Black Ops 1. With the world record of 75. This was done by Kryptonic. You can see here he's using the MPL, the Thunder Gun, and what he's doing, it looks like, is using the main high round strat with just trying to adjust it slightly for the fact he doesn't have Jug, playing it a lot safer than someone with Jug would at least. I can see he uses the fire trap here. And what happens next is really sad. He moves to the side and he gets hit, it looks like, and takes a bit of flame damage as well from the trap, causing him to go down. Moving on to our next map, 5, with the world record of 78. And this was done by Kryptonic once again. Unfortunately, he gets stuck in between the speed cola machine and the hordes of zombies. But before that though, he's just doing the main kind of strat for the map where you use the trap upstairs, because that's the most efficient way to kill zombies on this map, because the Winter Howl will not kill anything after round 5. That with the crossbow pack-a-punch, so you can use it like a monkey bomb as well. I would say the 5 no perk challenge is definitely going to be a lot more challenging than the Kino the Totem one, but regardless, he's achieved both, so well done to you. Next up, we have Ascension with the world record of 171, and this was done by Killer Sky. You can see that he actually goes down on an insta-kill round as well when he gets swiped once and he's trying to reload and a zombie just manages to swipe him again, ending his game. But a very, very impressive run. Moving on to Call of the Dead with the world record of 58, and this was done by Shadesy. As you can see, what's going to happen here is that he runs into these drops and he gets hit by the zombies. I don't know if it was intentional or he's just trying to grab the nuke, but this run is definitely impressive considering that you can't really use the scavenger without PhD without a really big chance of you dying. So I'm really impressed. Our next world record is on Shangri-La with the impressive round of 61, and this was done by Fan Shu, and unfortunately the way his run ends off is with a double swipe. As you're going to see here, it does feel like this is really unlucky though, and that this probably shouldn't have happened considering what he's been able to do the past 61 rounds, but a really impressive run. Now we got Jay-Z once again with Moon with the impressive round of 82. He goes down to one zombie just hitting him too much. Unfortunately, with a lot of these runs, the way a player goes down most of the time is like how we would go down, just by being pure unlucky and a zombie getting the better of them. But a really incredible run. The next world record we have up is on Transit with the impressive round of 108. This was achieved by Killer Sky, and they're using the jet gun in combination with the Mustang and Sally. Obviously, they're using the best method for the jet gun, where you have your galvanicles as well, so you can kill the zombies fairly quickly and cancel the use of the jet gun as well, as the main problem with this high round is the fact that the jet gun can break if you hold it longer than you're allowed to. Unfortunately, gets stuck on that sign though, and then gets trapped. Happens to the best of us, but a really great run. Next up, we have the zombies map Town with the impressive world record of 61. This was achieved by Plaza, and with Town there's not really much to say about the high round strat to go for. You avoid the fire when you can, you get the Mustang and Sally, and then the ray gun or ray gun Mark II. Unfortunately, the way he goes down is, I don't really know what to think of it. He jumps into the fire, then gets slapped by the zombies as well. Almost like he was intending to go down, but I think it was a mistake on his part. I didn't really look like he was forced to go in that direction either, but a really impressive run nonetheless. Now we have the most peak zombies map being Farm with the world record of 62. Unfortunately, he takes a pretty bad down here because he's hitting the mystery box. He takes it down there, and that's the end of his run. Next up, we have Nuketown with the world record of 43, and this was achieved by Dream Tracks. What's good about Nuketown is that you actually have the pack-a-punch machine there. It's going to be able to give you a gun that actually has a good amount of damage, like the Ray Gun Mark II pack-a-punch. Obviously, the one drawback to having the Ray Gun Mark II without having perks is the reload speed. It's really bad on Black Ops 2. And you can see he goes down here by getting just hit. And that's the end of the high round on Nuketown. Very good work. Next up, we have Die Rise with the world record of 104. And this was achieved by Leo Corno, and he's using a combination of the Trampoline, MP40 and Ray Gun Mark II, but he's mostly using the Trampolines to actually kill the zombies. And it looks like he has Permajug as well, which is going to be really useful for this high round run. Unfortunately, he gets stuck here and gets trapped by the zombies, obviously, and goes down, but a really impressive run nonetheless. Next up, we have Mob of the Dead with the world record of 193. And this was achieved by AstroX. As you can see here, his way progressing through the rounds is by using the acid trap and using the MP40 to get points. Obviously, he has a shield just beside him as well to help him protect his back. Unfortunately, he goes down just here while he's trying to activate the trap, and it looks like he gets hit and his shield breaks. Really unfortunate. Next up, we have Buried with the world record of 220. And this was achieved by Tyza, and it looks like unfortunately their game freezes. Very unlucky. Next up, we have Origins with the world record of 85 by Astro once again. You can see here he's using the ice staff in one of the main training areas of the map. Very well done. Now moving on to our next game, Exo Zombies. And for this, we're going to be doing it so it's just not having the Exo suit. So you can still buy Exo Revive. So I know it kind of goes against the whole like no perks. But Zombie World Record doesn't have a no perks category. So I feel like this is appropriate. So for Outbreak, the world record is round 50 by Carlos Killers. For Infection, the world record is round 52. We have Carrier with the world record of round 40 by Acute again. And then lastly, we have Descent with round 41 by Carlos once again. So he gets trapped here. He manages to get his way out of this situation, but he ends up going down anyway. So for Shadows of Evil, the world record is round 151, and this is by Deltans. Next up, we have the Giant with the world record of 91. And this is achieved by LTK. You can see that he downs himself here. He blows himself up with a grenade to end off the game, but overall, very impressive world record. Next up, we have the Rising Draka with the world record of round 163. Zash. But for this run, he's using a combination of the M8 with the Ammo Mod Deadwire. He's using his Ragnaroks when they charge up for one hit. He ends up pulling his shield out here and actually going down because of it. Overall, very impressive run. Next up, we have Zetsubo no Shima with the world record of round 127, and this was achieved by KXG. He's mostly in the Skull room using his Skull, M8, and then his Brecci as well. Both obviously Pack-a-Punch with Turned and then Deadwire as well. You can see he achieves the round 127 here. Moving on to our next map, it is Gorod Krovi with the world record of round 113, and this was achieved by Inon Yatom. You can see he's kind of doing the standard high round strat with the Dragon Shield, using the Ray Gun Mark III to slow down the zombies as well. Towards the end of the game, he doesn't crash or anything, he actually disconnects, and that's what ends his run, unfortunately. But overall, a really impressive game of zombies, and well done. Moving on to Revelations, we have round 207, and this is by Baggy81. And something I should have disclosed at the start of the Black Ops 3 section, we're only using classics because I feel like for this run, the challenge is having no perks, and if we have Gobblegums, that makes it way too easy. At least megas, but I think classics are okay to use, as there's a bit more variety of high rounds with this as well, compared to all the runs having pretty much 255 with the megas. Now moving on to Nakdur and Toten, we have round 102 by Tom Fantasy. Obviously his main wave killing here is going to be with the Thunder Gun and potentially the Ray Gun Mark II. In a way it's kind of like classic Nakdur and Toten, considering he's not allowed to buy perks, but you can still use Gobblegums, and yeah. Moving on to Varroot, we have the impressive round of 58 by Exotune. Unfortunately, he goes down when holding a death machine. The zombies just overwhelm him too much. If he was a bit further away from them, he probably could have survived it, but a really impressive run nonetheless. Next up, we have Shinonuma with the impressive round of 79, and this was achieved by Onagi. Unfortunately, he goes down just because he got trapped by the zombies, but pretty impressive round nonetheless. Next up, we're moving on to the best COD zombie map of all time, Kino der Toten, Black Ops 3. With the impressive round of 125 by 427W. And you can see here that he actually downs himself on round 125, but overall really impressive run on the best map of all time. Next up we have Ascension with round 175 by Pikachu. He's using the strat where he's using the Shiva and the RK5 with the respected ammo mods on. He ends up quitting his game, making it also a flawless run as well, with no doubt. Next up we have Shangri-La with round 62, and this is by Onogi once again. He ends up getting trapped in this corner and gets slapped by all these zombies while trying to run into them when they're babies. Next up we have Moon with the impressive round of 95, and this is by ZSFR. Unfortunately, you can see there that he just got spammed a bunch by zombies and he went down. Next up we have Origins with the impressive round 114 by Delta News, and he just ends his game. Now we're going to move on to Infinite Warfare Zombies with Zombies in Spaceland with the impressive world record of round 79 by Mr. Mo. Unfortunately, we end up taking it down just here, where we try and get past these zombies but just isn't able to. But round 79 is a very impressive round. Now moving on to Raven the Redwoods. This was achieved by Riniba. You can see he achieves the round 90 here, and then ends up ending his game. Next up we have Shalong Shuffle with the impressive round of round 77 by ZSFR. You can see him achieving the 77 right here. Very impressive. Moving on to Attack of the Radioactive Thing, we have an impressive round of 72. This is by MyRasmo. You can see he gets stuck just here with unlucky luck, but a very impressive round nonetheless. Moving on to our last Infinite Warfare map, we have Beast from Beyond with the world record of 47 by MyRasmo once again. He takes an unfortunate down, ending off the run. Moving on to World War II Zombies, we have an impressive round 93 by LTK in the Final Reich. For Grossenhaus, we have an impressive round 52 by JM Parrot. In the Darkest Shore, we have a world record of 57 by I Love Controversy. Now moving on to the Shadow Throne, we have a world record of 79. And this is by I Love Controversy once again. Moving on to the Tortured Path maps, we have Bolly J with an impressive round 90, and this is by Gaffy. USS Mount Olympus with an impressive round 61, and this is by OSO Moisty, which on a map like this is actually really impressive. And then we have I Love Controversy once again, where he gets to round 70, then uses perks after, so a pretty impressive run. Then we have the Frozen Dawn with an impressive round 244 by I Love Controversy once again. Pretty great stuff for the World War II records. Now moving on to the Black Ops 4 records, we have 9 with the world record of 101, and this is by ZKLE. Obviously in this game you kind of have juggle your health, so it's not as bad as some of the previous ones, but you really did rely on a lot of them perks to get to the higher rounds. We have ZKLE once again with round 100 on Voyage of Despair. We then have Blood of the Dead with round 77 by Daybreak. IMZ123 in Classified with round 91. Then for Dead of the Night, we have round 136 by ZKL. We have Ancient Evil with round 155 by IMZ123 once again. We have round 101 in Alpha Omega by Lazik, which you can see him achieve just here. And then for the last BO4 map, we have Tag Your Totem with an impressive round 157 by ZKL once again. Now for D Machine, the world record is 935 by Pikachu. Firebase Z is also 935 by That True Plug. Marauder Totem has an impressive 265 by Drain BB. And then Forsaken has an impressive 241 by Pack-a-Punch Pappy. And as we always do in these videos, let's go over my favorite game, Vanguard, with Shironuma having a world record of 253 by DVS Potty. And who could forget the best remaster of all time, the Archon, with round 205 by DVS Poppy once again. Absolutely amazing world record, guys, to everyone in this video. Remember to check them out in the comments below. And also click on this video here to see the fastest round 100 on every single COD Zombies map.